Now, I've got a real problem that's been keeping me up at night for quite some time now. Every single windowsill in my house has some type of damage, blunt force trauma, peeling paint, or crazy amounts of water damage, or all three. The real kicker though, I can't even use the material that I would like to replace them all. And that's this beautiful primed pine with a nice bullnose. This material is awesome. I've used it in dozens of houses when I was a finishing carpenter. The problem is my windowsills are all 16 inches deep and you can only get this stuff 12 inches deep. Now the simplest, easiest thing to do, just go out and grab a 4x8 sheet of Medite, 3/4 inches thick. I can cut that into any shape size that I need. It's easy to work with. It paints up beautifully. The problem, that's exactly what the builder did 15 years ago. And if history has taught me anything, MDF may be the worst material you can use for windowsills. Now the next thing that I considered, how about plywood? I built up this little sample here with a nice little bullnose of hardwood on the front, painted it all up. The problem here, plywood also hates water. You take a look at this piece of plywood that I threw into that bucket of water over there. It's been in there for a day. There's only 1 inch of water in the bucket, but the water is just siphoning into the plywood. It's already starting to warp and delaminate. I ripped apart a house a couple of years ago that was built in the 1970s that had used plywood in the windows. Almost every single one of them had some kind of wavy delamination warpage going on. You leave the window open, you put down a glass of water. Plywood is also going to be a horrible choice here. So what am I going to actually do here? There's really two different options, and I'd recommend either one of them to you if you're looking to replace any of the windowsills in your home, no matter how deep they are. The first one's kind of been staring me in the face the whole time. What if I just grab some of that wood windowsill material, get some extra, rip it down on the table saw, and just glue together the piece so that I have the depth that I need. You can see that seam right there. It's pretty nice. A little bit of filler, a little sanding, some primer. You're gonna have just a perfectly flat, nice windowsill. And you can see the pine did a much better job than the plywood or the MDF in the bucket of water. The other option's kind of an interesting one that I didn't really think of until late in the process. You can get this PVC material in 4x8 sheets, 3/4 inches thick. I've taken this little sample piece here. I've made the bullnose on there by just gluing a strip on. You can see, disregard the kind of the amateur hour spray finish, but it finishes up really nicely. It's slightly harder than the wood and it's gonna be 100% waterproof. So which material am I gonna use for my windows? Even though this might be the better option, I still have some kind of a nagging feeling that you're just better off using wood than plastic in your home. I don't know if I'm just being overly cautious with the plastic, but I don't know. I have some kind of an unreasonable fear towards plastic. So I'm leaning towards using the wood. And hey, if you want to see how this window back here turns out, will I use the wood? Will I go with the PVC? And just witness the complete transformation here with trims all the way around. New blinds. It's going to be totally transformed. You're going to want to check out this video right over here. Blunt force trauma. And if history's shown us anything, that's my MD. This is frustrating. Are you frustrated? Because I'm feeling frustrated. Am I even recording? Let's see.